I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. No, I don't do random singing throughout the house, okay? There's a reason why I am singing REO Speedwagon, okay? If you don't know who REO Speedwagon is, they're a band in the 1980s. But guess what? They do have a direct connection to Lansing, Michigan. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about random fun facts like REO Speedwagon and what their connection is to Lansing, as well as other fun, nostalgic things in the Lansing area. So let's get started with this next episode of Lansing, Michigan Life right now. Hey folks, Troy Seifert here with the Capital Area Real Estate Specialist. I'm a top producing agent in the area. I'm not a singer. I'm not trying to sell you on my singing skills whatsoever. I am a top producing real estate agent in the Lansing area, and I help people all the time who are just like you watching this channel, people who are looking to buy a house, relocate here to Lansing, Michigan. So if that's you and you're looking to move here in 9 days, 90 days, or 9 months from now, I would love to be able to talk with you and just discuss with you what your real estate goals are. And also, if you haven't already, if you could like, subscribe, or ring the bell, ding, 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 for notifications so you can be the first to be notified when a new episode of Lansing, Michigan Life goes live, I would greatly appreciate it. And please, if you like my singing skills, I mean, I guess like, and if you dislike it, then dislike it, whatever you want to do. But this is gonna be a fun one because these are some random facts about Lansing. I'm gonna be getting into not only REO Speedwagon, but just into like some things that have actually kind of put Lansing, Michigan on the map. And you know, again, be sure to stick around until the end because I'm gonna share with you a celebrity that I met that actually came from Lansing, Michigan, and I didn't even realize it was that person. So I'm gonna be getting into stories, and hopefully for you guys who are looking to move here to the Lansing, Michigan area, maybe it will just make up that decision for you if you're kind of on the fence of do we move here, do we not? Because I think some of this stuff is just fun to be able to talk about, okay? So this is gonna be a fun episode. I do have another one that's kind of fun about unique things about Michigan. Be sure to check out that video as well. I do have some random videos on this channel as well. So the first thing I wanna get into as far as like a fun fact, it's a place that put Lansing, Michigan on the map. Recently, it just got put on Google Maps as a cultural landmark. If you search for this, you will find it on Google Maps. And that is Penny, the truck-eating bridge. Her name is Penny, and if you search for Penny, P-E-N-N-Y, on Google Maps, she will show up. She even has reviews on Google. Okay, so who is Penny, or what is Penny? What does that have to do with Lansing? So in Lansing, there is this bridge that has a 12-foot clearance. It's clearly marked. Okay, and it's right by Potter Park Zoo, which is one of the oldest zoos in Michigan, actually the oldest zoo in Michigan that we do have in Lansing, Michigan. So it's right by Potter Park Zoo. And it's clearly marked that this is a 12-foot clearance. And would you believe it or not, but we get semi-trucks that drive on this road, and it's like they don't know like how tall their semi is. And so they will go into this bridge, and there are photos and pictures of these semi-trucks just being stuck, like they can't go anywhere. And this isn't like a daily occurrence, but it's like an every 2 or 3 month at least occurrence. There's a Facebook page about Penny, the truck eating bridge. It's like you sit there and you're like, you are a semi-truck driver. Would you not know what the height is when it's clearly marked right there? And a lot of people would say, hey, get rid of the bridge, right? Like just get rid of it if people get stuck, but it's clearly there. You're gonna have to take a detour, you're gonna have to turn around. So I don't know what some of these semi-truck drivers are thinking when they drive into this bridge, but it's just like one of those hysterical things in Lansing that people just laugh about because why are these truck drivers getting stuck? Why is it happen? They even have blinking lights to make sure that people know that this is a lower clearance. And trucks still get stuck. I don't get it, neither does anybody else. So Penny, the truck eating bridge. The more you know, folks. Fun fact number 2. So if you drive into Lansing on the interstate, which is, we have several interstates, but on Interstate 496, which is kind of like a bypass that takes you into the downtown area. You know, when you drive into a city, you'll notice the skyline when you go, and you'll see the skyline of downtown Lansing. And it's okay. I mean, it's nothing like Chicago. And I don't think it's nearly as nice as like what Grand Rapids would be, but you can see that this is a city right here. Like, this is downtown. You can see the Capitol building over there. And we do have some nice landmarks. But for a while, people noticed that there were 3 smokestacks lined side by side that you would notice on the other side of downtown. And these were probably just as tall, if not taller, than some of the skyscrapers in downtown Lansing. So in the 2000s, they decided to place a poll on like these 3 smokestacks. What do we call them? Now, these 3 smokestacks are located with the Lansing Board of Water and Light. And these are the people that take care of the water and the electricity in the Lansing area. But these are, you talk about skyscrapers, these are our quote unquote tall skyscrapers. I mean, there are skyscrapers in the downtown, but like, these are some of the tallest things. So they're lined side by side. What do we call them? Whenever you drive past these in Lansing and you see these smokestacks, so they are called Wynken, Blynken, and Nod. Yes, it is based off of the bedtime poem about candles that light up. So at nighttime, these smokestacks do have little lights that blink throughout the night. So they decided to call them Wynken, Blynken, and Nod. Okay, so we've heard about Penny, the truck-eating bridge. We've seen, like, what are these 3 smokestacks called that I drive past every day? They're called Wynken, Blynken, and Nod. So now you're just really starting to understand the culture of Lansing, Michigan, right? So fun fact number 3, I kind of want to get into music here, and it's actually based upon what I sang at the top. I sung Fight This Feeling, and that was from an 80s group known as REO Speedwagon. I don't know if you're even familiar with them, if you've heard of them. I'm sure you've heard some of their hits on the radio. They also have Keep On Loving You. I'm gonna keep on loving you. Yeah, they have that one too as well. And those were their number ones, like those 2. I Can't Fight This Feeling and Keep On Loving You. But the thing that people don't realize is that REO Speedwagon is actually based off of a popular person in Lansing known as Ransom E. Olds. That's what REO stands for. It stands for the person Ransom E. Olds. Who is Ransom E. Olds? Well, he started the automotive industry in the Lansing, Michigan area. He had his own plant that started in the late 1800s. And then what happened is that General Motors bought his plant out in 1908. What people don't realize is that the Oldsmobile, okay, the Oldsmobile is not a car that old people drive, which honestly for me, I thought, oh, the Oldsmobile, like, this is a car that old people drive because it's old, you know, old, right? Oldsmobile is named after the guy who pioneered and was a huge pioneer in the auto industry, which is Ransom E. Olds. So when REO Speedwagon made their name, they based it off of a car that Ransom E. Olds made, which is known as the REO Speedwagon, which was based in the early 1900s. So some ties to Lansing, Michigan right there. They based their group name off of somebody who created or was a pioneer of the auto industry, right? So pretty cool stuff. The REO Speedwagon, I don't think they lived in Lansing, Michigan, but they love the REO Speedwagon. They like the name, so that's why they decided to call themselves REO Speedwagon. Okay. Number 4, I want to get into food because I really haven't gotten that much into the restaurant scene on this channel. But I want to get into food. I'm a foodie. I think I featured Bodie's Chop House and I featured the Lansing Shuffle in Lansing. I mean, we do have some great food places, but there are some food places that have been featured on Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives on the Food Network. And some of those places are Meat Barbecue, which is a popular just meat place that will serve brisket, pork. It's located in Old Town, which is a place that I will feature eventually in this channel. It's just a nice little local downtown area that has boutique shops and restaurants. So they featured Meat Barbecue. They also featured a wood fire grilled pizza place known as Cosmos. And when you look at Cosmos, it's just kind of a little hole in the wall place, but extremely popular. They have a meatball pizza known as a Spaceball pizza that he featured on there. They also have a duck egg. I think it's a duck egg or duck meat pizza. But one of the pizzas that they have there at Cosmos features a runny egg on it. And they are known for that. They're just known for some funky wood fire grilled pizzas. They also feature one of my favorite places that just recently shut down. I don't know if it's gonna reopen, known as Zaytoon. It's a Mediterranean place. He's been there 2 times because of how good their food is. They have an amazing chicken shawarma that they had there. Also, Capital City Barbecue, which is just right in the middle of the downtown area, has amazing brisket. They featured that on there. They also featured East Lansing Fish Fry, which is a fried chicken place that features cracked chicken. What is cracked chicken? It's more of a sour sort of seasoning seasoning on chicken. You can Google it, cracked chicken, but they are known for that. People order chicken from them all the time, even though it's known as East Side Lansing Fish Fry, right? They also were at, I think that might be it. Those are like the top restaurants that he has been at, that put Lansing, Michigan on the map. So some great funky local places that Lansing, Michigan does have that you might want to check out. And then there's also like two very vintage places that weren't featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, but everyone says needs to be featured nationally on it because they're just such great retro nostalgic places. One of them is Olympic Broil. It's a place that just has a bunch of fried, like pork tenderloins and fried fish. They are a staple in the Lansing area. Another place is called Nip and Sip, and Nip and Sip is a place that you drive up to like the good old days. You order from there, they go out, deliver it to your car. So it's almost like an old school Sonic, but it was in existence before Sonic came. So again, some places that you can kind of check out in the Lansing, Michigan area that you're not gonna be able to find anywhere else. So there's my food fun fact for you. The last thing I want to feature in here are the famous faces that have come out of Lansing, Michigan. And I don't think people realize, I mean, Lansing proper has a population of about 100,000 people, but then in our greater Lansing area with all the suburbs, there's over 500,000 people. And I think a lot of people hear people from Detroit, they might hear some people from Grand Rapids that are famous, but we do have some people that are in the greater Lansing area that some of them have been born here, some of them moved here. They are people that had some great sports careers, some great movie careers as well. So one of the people is Burt Reynolds. He actually was born in Lansing, Michigan. Burt Reynolds was a famous actor in the 70s and the 80s especially. He was in Smokey and the Bandit, I believe, and I think he just recently passed away as well. But Burt Reynolds, is a well-known actor back in the 70s and 80s. Another person that had some decent success in the movies is Matthew Lillard. And Matthew Lillard grew up in Lansing, and he was in the first Scream movie. He was also in Scooby-Doo. He was Shaggy in that movie, so he was more of a 90s star. But actually recently, he stopped by one of the DeWitt ice cream shops known as Scoopy-Doo's, based off of Scooby-Doo. And he just kind of showed up, and somebody was going, hey, wait, like, are you Matthew Lillard? And he must have gone there because he was Shaggy in Scooby-Doo. And he's like, yeah, so he sometimes stops here in the area. People have noticed him and seen him. We do have some great sports people that have come out of Lansing, Michigan though as well. One of them was Jordan Weber. She was a part of the 2012. Yeah, it was the 2012 gymnastics team that won the gold medal. And she also was a world champion one time in the all-around. And it was funny, like I was in our local coffee shop one day. This is when she was training for the Olympics or just got done with the Olympics, but she just was walking in with her parents to Bigby. She attended the high school there sometimes, so it's not like we make a big deal of it, but Jordan Weber, if you've heard, she was just recently in a reality show, I believe as well too. I forget what the name of the reality show was called, but it was about fitness and survival as well. So anyway, Jordan Weber, part of the U.S. gymnastics team that won the gold medal at the Olympics. Another person, John Smoltz. He was a pitcher with the Atlanta Braves in the 90s. I really did not probably like John Smoltz because I'm a Philadelphia Phillies fan, and in the 90s, the Braves and the Phillies, they were big-time rivals. But John Smoltz came from Grand Ledge, Michigan, I believe. He was a pitcher there at Grand Ledge High School and then went into the major leagues. Another person that was known in the tennis world was Todd Martin. He actually moved here to the East Lansing area, played on the East Lansing tennis team, but was a professional tennis player again in the 90s. I'm featuring all these 90s people, except for maybe Jordan Weber. Jordan Weber might be the most recent person that came out of the greater Lansing area, but Todd Martin went to East Lansing High School and was a professional tennis player, had some decent success, extremely tall guy as well too. Speaking of tall guys, the person who I actually saw that I didn't even realize who it was, and probably the most famous person coming out of Lansing, Michigan, anywhere as far as celebrities, is Earvin Magic Johnson. Big time basketball player in the 80s and in the early 90s. He was kind of on his way out when Michael Jordan was coming in. Him and Larry Bird in the NBA were big time rivals. But I was watching a movie recently at a cinema that's now completely shut down. but I was just standing in line for concessions. I was with some friends, and lo and behold, in the concession line right in front of me is this extremely tall guy. You know, and I'm not thinking anything of it. You know, I'm just like, hey, I'm just waiting to get my concessions. And when I get in line and then, you know, I order my food, when I go back, my friends are like, do you know who that was? I'm going, no, I have no idea. I said, it was Magic Johnson right in front of you. I'm like, really? And guess what? Magic Johnson was in the same theater as myself and my friends. We were watching the same movie. Go figure. And it was kind of funny, like walking out. There weren't a ton of people in the theater, but he, you know, I could tell some people were like, do we go up to him? Do we say something to him? So he went to that movie theater. I don't know what I haven't seen him recently now, but he went to that movie theater because it was a little bit more low key, because we do have some multiplexes in Lansing, Michigan, if you don't know that. Some movie theaters with 15, 20 screens. This theater had about 5 or 6 screens. And it was just more low key, and his mom lived just down the road from where the movie theater was. So he wanted to go somewhere low key. That's like what the movie theater people say. They say, oh yeah, he stops in here from time to time to watch a movie because, you know, he can hide here a little better. I mean, not from us, right? So Magic Johnson, he went to high school in the Lansing area and then went to Michigan State to play basketball. So he's a legend in the Lansing / East Lansing area, especially because of Michigan State as well. So hopefully for some of you, these are some great fun facts that you can know about Lansing, Michigan, so that even when you're looking to move here, maybe you can feel like you're a little bit more in the know of, hey, what are those 3 smokestacks that are going? Or, hey, why is there this bridge that people are joking about and laughing at on Facebook about these semis getting stuck? Or, you know, just some random facts that you can know about the Lansing area. So hopefully this is something that was fun, beneficial for you. Again, I do sell real estate in the area. If you are looking to buy here, looking to relocate here, I would love to be able to help you out. Just feel free to call me, text me, email me, or schedule a Zoom call with me in the description below. And if you liked what you saw, including my singing as well too, you can like, subscribe to this channel, or ring the bell for notifications. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching this video. Again, a lot of fun. And until next time, make it a great day. Take care.